I've been natural since like the 4th or 5th grade.
I've been natural for 4 years now.
I am natural for about 2.5 years.
I just became natural January of this year, so it's about 10 months.
Ever since I was a baby and I had braids, I've been natural. I love my hair.
I would never want to be natural. I don't think I would be able to go natural the way my hair, it's not very tameable when it's not permed or relaxed.
Natural is basically when you're not using any chemical processes to change the natural hair texture.
Well, being natural is letting your natural hair grow, just not putting any chemicals or anything to change the texture of your hair.
I feel like it was a change for me, especially just how I felt about myself, because I feel like hair is such a big thing for young women, and to go natural is something that's kind of going against that, because I feel like the thing in hair is to have long, straight, flowy hair, flowy locks, long locks, and you're not really getting that when you go natural. So for me, I feel like it's sort of an attitude and a lifestyle.
Alright, so to be natural, to my opinion, it's a mindset on how you feel about yourself. If you're a natural person, then you love yourself no matter what. You think that you're the most beautifulest creature on earth, that God made you perfectly. But other people will disagree and say the natural is all about your hair and stuff like that.
A relaxer is a chemical treatment that straightens your hair strands. A perm, technically, is a cream, a chemical cream that's supposed to help curl your hair.
In the black community, a relaxer and a perm is the same thing. Like, they're both chemicals to make your hair straight. But like, if you talk to a person who's like white, they would say a perm is like curls in their hair. So I don't know. Just growing up, we just thought perm and relaxer were the same.
Well, I think a big problem that isn't something that's necessarily like directly gonna affect you from the relaxer is that a lot of people get them way too often, and it thins their hair and they get bald spots. I've known plenty of girls where it's happened, and they'll get touch-ups. It's just they might focus more on your roots and they don't disperse it as much throughout all of your hair, but you're basically getting another relaxer.
Like, this chemical is so strong that it can eat through plastic. So like, what do you really think it's gonna do to your hair?
So let's say you have this amount of hair and you perm it. Now this hair is gone, it's dead. So you have to wait till your hair grows this much again and cut the rest of that hair off that's curly, but then you're just gonna perm it again. It's just a cycle of you destroying your hair. You shouldn't destroy your hair. Your hair is beautiful, it's unique to you. The reason, like, your hair is your hair, like, it's specifically unique, that's your DNA. And so why destroy your own DNA?
Ooh, when did I get my first perm? I was like 12. The hairstyle that I have right now is crochet twists. It is attached to my actual hair. My actual hair is braided underneath it. My hair is still very much so healthy. I still condition my hair. The perms don't break my hair off. My hair is still very much so growing. And it's fine. My hair hasn't broken off or fallen out.
When I had relaxed hair, I could just wrap it up, wake up, brush it down, and just keep it going. But the only thing with that was just making sure your roots looked good. So you would have to get the perm every 8 weeks. And if, depending on how much new growth you got, it would be 6 weeks, but you don't want to continue to keep getting perms so quickly because it'll just damage your roots.
I tend to get a perm about every 3 to 4 months, give or take a month. My last perm I had about 5 months ago, so I'm doing all right. I'm managing.
So personally, it's about maybe like having my hair straight but not wanting a relaxer, and that's one of the things, like flipping your hair or your hair blowing in the wind or a man tucking a strand behind your ear, just little things like that you can't do when your hair is curly, and so you sort of wish that your hair was in a straight state at that time.
I feel like all types of media would want to make you keep your hair straight because, like I said before, that's just like the norm. And so I feel like up until recently, you haven't seen a lot of natural hair in black women on TV. And I feel like even now, like the top black shows like Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder, like shows like that, they do have natural hair. But okay, for example, Scandal with Kerry Washington, she has natural hair, but her hair is straight all the time. And the only time that you saw her hair natural was when like she went off into the wild and was free. I feel like that says a lot. Then like in How to Get Away with Murder, she has natural hair, but the only time you see her natural hair was when she took off her wig, like when she was done working and like away from the professional world and like in the privacy of her own home. That was like the only time that you saw her natural hair. So I feel like, yeah, the natural hair community has come a long way, but I feel like it's still predominantly having straight hair still is the norm.
You can do it pretty much anything on your natural hair. You can straighten it if you want. You can just wear it down. You can do a wash and go. You can do braid outs, or you just braid your hair like overnight and take it out. You can do twist out, which is you twist your hair for a certain period of time and take it out. You can wear it in a puff. You can do whatever you want.
My goal is to be able to see my hair down here. Not necessarily when it's curly, because as you can see, my hair is curly now and it stretches and it comes down to like here. But you know, so if I had that goal, that'd be just ludicrous because my hair would probably be down to my feet. But my hair's straight. I'd like to be able to see it sit on my chest right here.
The two big ways we can transition from perm hair to natural hair is one is the big chop, and that's just when you cut all of your perm hair off and you just have your natural hair left.
Transitioning is when you're too scared to do the big chop. Transitioning is when you're just a little timid or just a little shy about chopping off all your perm ends. So you do different types of styles to help you transition into becoming natural. So the longer you transition, then you begin to cut your ends 2 to 3 inches, maybe like every month, depending on how fast your hair grows. And then you should be natural by the time you're done transitioning.
So for men being natural, it's normal in society because men normally don't do anything with the hair. They don't put relaxers, perm, track, weave in the hair. Society put like a hold on women and how they should look like women. This is how you should look, dress, talk, feel, that's it. That's the stereotypes that society has placed on women, and a lot of women are going against that, which I love. So for women to be natural, it goes against the stereotypes of society, which makes society feels awkward.
I do not think everyone should go natural.
I don't think everyone should go natural.
It's definitely a preference. Not everybody can handle the maintenance. There are some of those females who do the weave but have natural hair underneath. I applaud them for buying the weave, but you know, sometimes you just gotta let your hair breathe and let it out. I know a lot of females are, you know, pro-black and try to embrace their inner beauty by doing this, but if it's not for you, you shouldn't do it.
Personally, I feel like it's everyone's personal decision on whether you want to go natural or not. Like, I'm not the type of natural that advocates to everybody, like, go natural, because I feel like some people that's just not something that they want to do, that they're entitled to have straight hair if they want to have straight hair.
The advice that we give to someone who's preparing to go natural, if you feel like you want to do transitioning, do it. If you feel like you want to do the big chop, do it. Whatever you choose to do, don't regret it, because you're gonna feel like a new person. You are not tied to your hair. You are your own person.
Do your research. I've heard so many people talk about it's not for them or something, and I say, did you do the research? Do you know these kinds of things? And they'll be like, well, no, I just thought my hair would be like this and it'd be fine. It's like, no, with anything you do, you need to research it. You know, like when you applied for college, like you did research, you looked up their university, you probably took a tour. You know, it's really simple things like that, but just educating yourself.
Like every hairstyle that I get, I associate with how I'm feeling or how I want to express myself. So I don't believe that hair is just hair, because my hair influences how I feel and what I tend to do. So.
Never had a girl quite like me, me. 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 Never had a girl quite like me, me.
Pull up in the Rari, my beside me. It's a two-seater.